Hi there, this is Ranjit, and in this video we'll be doing the unboxing and have a first look at this LG G7 Plus ThinQ smartphone. And this is the flagship from LG. And guys, to be frank, I was not excited about this smartphone earlier because I thought typical LG flagship, so they will price it at 50,000 or 55,000. But they have actually surprised me by launching it at 40,000 rupees. And guys, they have launched the higher end version for this 40,000 rupees that comes with 6 gigabytes of RAM and 128 gigabytes of storage. And again, this is a flagship smartphone from LG, and this would be sold in India via Flipkart. I'll have the link of Flipkart in the YouTube description area. And it has some advanced features like DTX audio and even a HDR screen and other stuff like IP protection. But let's quickly open up the box and let's have a look at the same. So here we have, and here we have a cleaning cloth that is given, so that's surprising. That's something new. And we have the G7 Plus ThinQ. As you can see, it's a super bright display, AI camera, boombox speaker. They were talking a lot about speaker and a dedicated Google Assistant key. And obviously this has the flagship Qualcomm processor. That's the Snapdragon 845, and this a nice color. And again guys, as you can see, it looks very sleek. It's having a 6.1-inch screen. I'll keep this to the side. I'll take out this sticker. I'll take it out later. Anyway, so let's see what else do we have in the box. This might be some paperwork and stuff. As you can see, LG quick start guide, and even the SIM ejector tool is here. Let me keep these things to the side for now. And this looks like a massive charger. Again, as you can see, pretty big that we have. Let me take this and it's indeed a fast charger, guys, because it has 9 volts at 1.8 amps and even 5 volts at 1.8 amps. So indeed a fast charger. This will be the type C cable. And let's see what earbuds they have bundled here in India. So let's have a look at this. LG generally gives good earbuds in their package. This is sort of a music centric smartphone. Some extra ear tips that you're getting. And this is again LG branded earphone, again in-ear style that we are having. And also buttons here, one main button and up and down for volume rocker. So this is what you're getting. And this end of the cable is a braided cable. This end is a standard rubber, but this end is the braided cable with the right angle tip. So let me keep these things to the side and let's look at the handset itself. And guys, here we have the handset, and the first thing is that the handset is actually very, very light to hold. So that's interesting. Again, back is glass and it's a Gorilla Glass protected. Again, that dual camera setup, but LG goes with a standard lens and a wide angle lens. So that's what it is. And they have also added laser autofocusing system, and the main camera is also having optical image stabilization. Moving on to the top, let me give you a physical overview. We have the SIM tray, noise cancellation microphone. Let's look at the SIM tray to see what the built-in storage is. 128 gigabytes, but let's see. So they have even give a hybrid solution, so you can put 2 nano SIMs, or even if you want more storage than that 128 gigabytes, you can put a micro SD card slot. So that's a nice thing. And on this end we have just the power on off button, and on the bottom we have the main speaker, type C port, microphone, 3.5mm headphone jack. Again, the speciality is that it supports high-res audio and DTX sound. So if you listen to a lot of music, it has a very good quality DAC. And this is a dedicated key. I believe it launches Google Assistant and the volume rockers. So that's what it is. And in fact, it looks and feels very premium and actually stylish. Let's just quickly try to boot it up. And it gave me haptic feedback. And by the time it actually boots up and I set it up, let me give you a configuration overview. This LG G7 Plus is having a 6.1-inch IPS LCD screen, which is a Quad HD screen protected by Gorilla Glass 5. It's powered by the Snapdragon 845 chipset, which is an octa-core processor. It has the Adreno 630 GPU. The Indian variant comes with 6 gigabytes of RAM and 128 gigabytes of internal storage. It also has high-res audio. It's also IP68 dust and water resistant. Moving to the camera, it's a dual rear-facing camera. 16 megapixel is the main camera with f1.6 lens, and this is optical image stabilized, and it's a 30mm focal length. And the wide angle lens is also 16 megapixel at f1.9, but it's at 16mm wide. Moving to the front facing camera, it's 8 megapixel shooter with f1.9 lens, and it also has a 3000 mAh battery. So guys, I've just finished setting up this device and as you can see, it's giving us an idea about help and all those things. And it also has that notch design, but you can actually hide it. While setting up the phone, it asks you if you want to display the notch or not. So I have done that. And again, LG UI that you get with this one. So it's doing some updates as of now. And again, by default no app tray, but I guess you can enable it in settings. LG loves us. So we have some LG specific apps, some services and some third-party apps are also installed. And yeah, so that's what it is. So not a lot of bloatware that I see. Obviously Google apps are pre-installed on this one. Let's see what is the Android version that you get. And guys, I have to say, though it's IPS LCD screen, the screen is amazing. And this is a HDR screen and it's also Dolby Vision certified. So the experience would be amazing. I have to say the screen quality is actually really good on this one. And we go to general. Again, this typical LG cartoony UI, which I am not a big fan of. And let's see the software info. As you can see, it's running on the Android version 8.0. So still on 8.0, not 8.1, I have to see. But the security update is 1st June. So that's what it is. And let's look at the storage. How much storage do we get? And memory is 6 gigabytes. Guys, the good thing is that we are getting the 6 gigabyte variant in India. This is the higher end variant that we are getting in India. Now let's look at the storage if I can find it. Again, I'm not a big fan of this UI. So about 17.9, that's almost 18 GB is sort of used. So roughly you'll get about 110 GB of storage with this device. So again, you can also add a micro SD card slot if you really want. Again, as it's running on the Snapdragon 845 chipset, again, everything is blazingly fast. And I had the LG V30 Plus. I used it. I had purchased that unit last year. And even with 4 gigabytes of RAM, I never had RAM management issues. So hopefully on this one also, it should be good. But again, I'm not a big fan of this typical LG UI that we get. So that's something that you have to note. So it'll be interesting to see how good will be the battery life. That's the only worrying thing that I have as of now. 3000 milliamp hour battery, and it's a Quad HD Plus screen that we're having. A gorgeous screen, in fact. And we do, for example, I hit the button. Okay. Assistant, and I'll set that later. Anyways, let's look at the fingerprint scanner now. The fingerprint scanner is here, and as you can see, it works well. Again, the handset is a little bit tall, so I have to slightly stretch my finger to reach to this fingerprint scanner. But again, you should get used to that in a few days, because in terms of width, it's actually narrow, not very wide, so comfortable to hold. And this is just a fingerprint scanner. The power button is here. In earlier LG phones, the power button was also in this one, so that's one thing that they have rectified. And this key is a dedicated key for the assistant, so that's what it is. And let's also now quickly look at the camera on this one. And also the good thing is that it's IP68 certified. Generally in this price range, you are not getting smartphones with IP certification. This is, so it's dust and water resistant. Also, as you can see, it has that always on screen display. So let's unlock and also quickly look at the camera on this one. And 4:3 and 18:9. We'll just go with 4:3 as of now. And tag location, I will enable it. And let's bring some objects nearby. This is the regular lens, I'm assuming, and as you can see, and this is the wide angle lens. As you can see, it goes really wide. I actually like wide angle lens more. And this is a 16 mm. The regular lens is at 30 mm. And the regular one has optical image stabilization. And it also says it has the portrait mode. So you do get this portrait mode, and it says keep the subject about 5 feet. So here it's difficult to test, but I will post samples later on. I'm actually traveling, guys, so we'll be posting a lot of snaps on my Instagram account. My Instagram account is Geekyranjit official, so again stay tuned for that. Again, it says AI camera and auto mode, manual mode. Again, LG always gives the manual mode, so you have the complete manual mode in this one. That's great for people who know what they are doing. And let's move to the front facing camera. Now it's an 8 megapixel shooter. With the earlier LG phones, they never used to give very high resolution front facing camera, but this is 8 megapixel. So let me do one thing, guys. Let me actually shoot some sample shots around my office so that I can give you a very quick idea regarding the camera performance. But before that, here is the word from the sponsor of this video, that is Mevi.in. Mevi Thunderbeat Bluetooth earphones look stylish with metallic body. You can take phone calls and it supports passive noise cancellation. The ear hooks fit securely and stay in place even when you are working out or running. With Qualcomm CSR Bluetooth IC, the music quality is amazing and has great battery life. It has HD stereo sound with super solid bass. It supports aptX codec with lossless wireless audio. Use coupon code Geekyranjit15 at Mevi.in to get 15% discount on all Mevi products. See link in the description below for more info. So guys, here are some of the sample shots that I have shot with this LG G7 Plus in my office in artificial lighting conditions. And as you can see, in artificial lighting conditions also, it's doing a very good job because the main camera is a f1.6. And here are some of the samples with the wide angle camera. I personally actually love with this wide angle camera while traveling. I prefer wide angle more than the telephoto lens. And guys, actually I'm traveling, so I'll be posting a lot more sample shots on my Instagram account, that is Geekyranjit Official. I'll leave the link in the YouTube description area. So guys, that's it for now for the unboxing and first look at this LG G7 Plus. Thank you. What do you think about this device? And if you guys have any other specific questions regarding this device, do post your questions in the YouTube comments below. I'll be putting in my primary SIM. So in the next couple of days, I'll try to post a FAQ video. And guys, if you're still not subscribed to my YouTube channel, hit that subscribe button. Thanks for watching. This is Ranjit and I hope to see you in my next video. Take care, guys.